why some people fall off in their faith. Number one is life gets hard. Um, right when we're about to get close with God, we go through money situations, we go through a breakup, we go through a loss, we go through these types of situations where we forget who God is, and then we question ourselves, why is this happening, God? We question ourselves, but we also question God. Why is this happening? Why is this happening now as I'm getting close to you? Um, and things like this happen. And this is why it's so important to not lose yourself when you're trying to get close with God, because you have these unexpected things that happen and you start to forget. Um, Number two is you stop feeding your faith. Um, you start to lose your faith. Um, you you stop reading the scripture. You stop praying. You stop being around like-minded people like you. Stop being around believers, and you start to forget yourself. And you start to build this habit. Oh, I'm not gonna go to church, or I'm not gonna do this, or I'm not gonna read my Bible. I'm not gonna read my word. I'm not gonna do this, and now you lose your faith because you lose your habits. You're not bringing those habits, those spiritual habits to build your faith. And those are the two things right now that are making you draw away from God. Number three is not going to church. But if you are going to church, it's also about when you go to church, you judge the church, or you judge the leader. You judge the pastor. Oh, I don't like this pastor, so I'm not gonna go this Sunday. I wasn't really feeling this pastor, so I'm not gonna go this Sunday. And now next Sunday you go to a different church. Oh, I'm not really feeling this pastor, so I'm gonna go to a different church. Now you start to judge and you criticize in your own way. And now guess what? You're building those habits of just staying home and not going to church on Sundays. So these are the three things so far that I've went through that I'm mentioning. And I want you guys to understand that these are the things that can draw you away from God. And this is why you're losing your relationship and you're falling off from God, because you're building those three habits that I just mentioned, those three things that I just said. So we need to start understanding God more by building these habits, by going to church, by even things that we're going through. We still need to continue building our faith, because once we build our faith, nobody can stop us. God knows that we're strong enough to understand Him, and having the right heart posture, knowing that you're doing everything out of your heart posture, not doing it because you want a reward. At the end of the day, things will get hard. That's life. Life is hard, but you have to understand your faith and understand your purpose. Remember, I made a last video. I made a video yesterday talking about that. If you guys want to go watch that, go ahead. But I've talked about your purpose, knowing your purpose, and this leads into your faith. This leads into your habits that you have to build spiritually to become close with God and not draw away from God.